Jose, let me start with you. What happened the day they came after your dad? What did you see?
On Monday morning, I saw that ICE came and they took my dad when I was trying to go in the car so he could take me to school, and they just came and got him. And when I was trying to say goodbye, they pushed me away. I was crying when they took him, and my sisters and my mom too were crying.
Do you know what's going to happen to him? Is he going to be deported? Have they told you?
No.
Did they tell you why they'd taken him?
No, they didn't say either.
Was it scary?
To me, it was scary.
Tell me about your father. What kind of guy is he?
He works a lot. He plays with my sisters. He buys us things. He mostly works because he has to get money to pay for the rent of our apartment.
And he's been gone now. He's been in detention for about 2 weeks. What is it like at home without him?
At home, my mom prays for him so he would get out of jail, because at home we can't. My mom doesn't have a job and she can't pay for the rent, so we're trying to get him out.
Viri, let me ask you, because I know you lobby on behalf of this family as well. What is the prognosis for Eddie, Jose's dad?
Well, right now we're just waiting. He was supposed to be deported this morning at 5 a.m. and we haven't heard any concrete news, but it seems like he wasn't. And it hasn't been confirmed. Like, he hasn't called nor the lawyer. I mean, at this point, we're just trying to get his story out and make sure that people know that he is a good man, that he has no criminal record, and that he should not be detained.
What happens to families like Eddie's, people like Jose and his siblings and his mom? Give me a sense of the life that they lead in this limbo.
I mean, they're 6, 8, and 11-year-olds. Like, they should not be going through this. They should not be here. They should not be exposed to this. And yet they're out there. They're fighting for their dad. They're trying to get their dad back. But at the same time, you have to worry about, how am I going to eat the next day? How are we going to pay the rent? How are we going to do all these things without having that support from the dad? And while thinking the whole time, what if they do deport him? Like, they are from Guatemala, so it's not just, around the corner. And so if the family is separated, they probably will not be reunited for a very long time.
Viri, let me ask you about your experience, because you too are undocumented. What is it like living in the shadows in the United States, trying to go to school, trying to work in order to survive and keep body and soul together, and yet knowing that you can't do any of this in the open?
Yeah, like, I am undocumented. I was brought here. I came when I was 1 year old to Phoenix, Arizona. I'm 21 years old now. And for a long time, I mean, I was ashamed of saying who I was. I was ashamed of saying my name. I was ashamed of saying my last name. Ashamed of saying that I wasn't from here, that I was born somewhere else. And it's the culture, and then I'm being conditioned to believe that I was less and less worthy of my classmates and all the other students, despite knowing that I was just as intelligent and just as capable. Not only that, but in Arizona, that idea that I'm less worthy, it's not in my head. It's an idea that our politicians and our leaders hold true to them. So they make laws that do make us feel less and that do make us seem less worthy.
Well, yes, and it's surprising, because you have decided to brave being arrested, brave being known. You went with some friends outside a high school in Arizona, and last year you were all arrested. We have pictures of that. We have pictures of the riot police who were deployed outside that high school. You were, of course, released afterwards. I want to play one of the comments that one of your co-demonstrators said after you all were released.
Everyone literally told us, you're getting deported, why are you messing up your life, why are you screwing up your whole life just for this cause? And we're like, well, this cause is bigger than ourselves.
So you're really taking your future in your hands by coming out, so to speak, right now, and lobbying on behalf of this situation to change.
Yeah, I mean, at that point we realized that it wasn't only our life, but it was our family and our community's life, and we decided to step out and stop living in the shadows and stop living in that fear and actually come out and tell our stories, because the reason that they step on us is because they don't know that when they call undocumented or illegals, like they don't look at me. They don't look at a student who's at Grand Canyon University, who's being educated, who's teaching in a school, who's helping students. They're not looking at that. And so I want to show them that this is who I am and this is my story.
Jose, what are those pictures that you're holding there?
These pictures are from when we were with my dad, and this one is when my dad was taking us to school so they could graduate, my sisters.
You must miss him. I know it's tough. I know it's tough, Jose.
I mean, we've been targeted in Arizona. We are being targeted, and so it's not any more fear than I've had before. I've lived with fear my whole life, and they're doing this to us. They're doing this to our families, and we don't know about it. And so with me coming out, I know that we're at least exposing these situations.
The president today has launched his renewed drive for immigration reform. As you know, in the Senate, they've also come up with a proposal. Do you have hope that this finally will be resolved and that people such as yourself, people such as Jose's dad, if he's not deported, will get this chance to become documented, to become legal citizens of the United States?
Hopefully this time it is real, because at the same time, while Obama's going to be giving this speech, Eddie might be getting deported. And so it's an ironic situation right now with that.
And Jose, if you could say anything to your dad right now, what would you say to him?
I would say to him that I miss him, and I'm doing this so I could help him get out of jail, and I don't want him in there no more.
You're a brave boy, and thank you for coming on our program, and we wish you and your dad all the luck in the world. And Viri, thank you very much indeed as well, and we'll be following this situation.
Thank you.